this game. And he'll just take a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. This place is roaring, and it's going to be so hard to operate under these conditions. From the shotgun, they'll run it. And the defense holds firm. No pickup at all on that play.
Man, how about that defense on the snap? They are in the backfield with great penetration. Nowhere to go for the running back. That defense was sitting on G, waiting on O.
Barely hear yourself thinking here as they're trying to get this defense off to a good start. Snagged in the middle. It's Jones. That's the kind of play that can really get you going as they get it out to the 36.
Nice route there by the tight end, making it real easy for his quarterback to find an easy completion.
They'll snap it from the 36. They've got a first down. Looking for a man. It's Green. Makes the grab. Fights off a defender. And he's brought down after a nice gain.
Defense is about getting the guy on the ground, holding on for dear life. It's hard, I know, with so much speed on the outside, but you got to get that guy on the ground. When you miss one tackle, next thing you know, all that extra yardage is killing your defense.
He's going for it all. Oh, he dropped it, and what a missed opportunity early in this football game. These two old SWC rivals might have taken a bit of a hiatus in their series, but once the Aggies came to the SEC, things ratcheted back up quickly.
Right, and that's been some of the cool side of conference expansion, right? You got this rivalry renewed from a long time ago, but since joining the conference, A&M has dominated Arkansas. Arkansas looking to get a little bigger.
It always feels big when you watch this game. We've seen so many of these games in recent years being played at Jerry World, and with all this...
There he goes! Ripping through the defense and getting it all the way down to the 24-yard line. And the Razorbacks with the 1st and 10. Use the play fake, now to throw. And they dialed up a shot play, but they couldn't hook up.
You simply don't see that very often. A quarterback of this guy's caliber missing a guy wide open in the end zone. He makes those throws in his sleep.
Behind the chains now on 2nd and long. Looking to fire. Bringing the heat. Hit as he throws. And it'll be incomplete. This defense is physical and pass deep.
Well, nice job by the defense here in back-to-back plays. 2 straight incompletions, giving up some yards, and the opponent's in field goal range. This is a place a lot of D coordinators like to send the blitz, because if you sack the quarterback and create a negative play, you knock them out of field goal range.
Another incompletion on 3rd down.
And the offense got themselves in a tough situation. 3rd and long, so hard to execute, especially when the field starts to shrink. But the good news is they got a field goal in their back door.
No good. Kicker tried to tack a few more on the scoreboard, guys, and couldn't do it.
And this place was going crazy before the game, and the offense on the first drive kind of quieted them down a little bit, but the defense, great job. They get a goal-to-go situation. They get the stop, force the field goal, force the miss. The crowd's back in it, baby.
Fires to the big fella. Oh, he got boots. And it's a first down. They'll mark it at the 44.
Well, I know the tight end did some good things after the catch, but got to give the quarterback credit, too, for the location of the throw. Because he put it out in front of his big man, he was able to make the catch and accelerate, creating some distance there between him and the defense.
Off the play fake on 1st down to throw. Throwing on the run. Intercepted. They were back in their own end, and they stopped the drive. Oh, what a cut. And a big return after the INT sets up the offense for this possession.
Well, he was rolling to his right, and because of that, I don't know if it affected the timing between him and his wide receiver. They just weren't on the same page on that one as the defense comes away with the INT.
They'll run it from the gun. And he is stopped immediately by the big defensive lineman.
And you could tell that play went nowhere from the start.
It was definitely a great play by that defender.
Oh, yeah, he got the backfield so quick, the running back had absolutely no chance.
They're setting up the screen. Now they're starting to feel it. They've got a first down at the 44.
Well, they pick up the first down there on the screen. I love the offensive line there, allowing the pass rush to get way up the field. They completely baited their guys, made them think that they got beaten, that they were going to get the sack, and then they sneak the running back screen right in behind them and pick up the first.
The Razorbacks with a long way to go after the loss on the last play. Dropping back, it's Green. Pressure coming. Can't make the connection, and the defense putting on the heat and forcing the incompletion.
Man, it's easy to play defense when you can do this. When you can get to the quarterback quick and make him make a decision quick, it makes it easier for the secondary, for the linebackers, for everybody on the field.
The 12th man putting a stamp on this game right now and bringing it on third down. From the gun, wants to pass. Quarterback moving out of the pocket. Trying to make magic on the scramble. He's not quite going to make it to the marker. They'll spot it at the 37, and now a decision on fourth down.
And that's a pretty good job by this defense. Like, they understand it's third down. They understand the situation. They drop back. And I love the defensive back with vision on the quarterback. He sees it.
He's got it. First down and more. He's brought down, but it'll be enough for a first down.
Well, the gamble pays off offensively. Fourth down, being aggressive, and they throw for it. How about the job the receiver does winning his route and giving his quarterback a place to go with the football?
Finds just enough room to pick up a couple down to the 26. Picked up 2 yards on that last one. They need 8 on second down. Trying to get the edge on the toss.
And every offense has plays that they really hang their hat on. And back in 1970, it was the toss. The toss play used to be the thing. You don't see as much of this nowadays. It's early in the game. Maybe it's something you want to show. Or, listen, maybe defensively this is something you need to start focusing on.
Going to try to get it himself.
QBs do a really good job of feeling pressure and trying to get away from him. You can see he wants to, but there's nowhere to go. Great job by the defense. Get him to the ground for no gain.
It is loud in here as they try to help him get a stop on fourth down. Looking to the big tight end. Big man has it. It's a first down and more. A solid gain on that one, and it goes for naught as the penalty will back them up. And they'll send the field goal team back out for the second time tonight. Quick timeout by the defense there, trying to make sure everyone has the same call. He will need some oomph in this one, a 51-yard attempt, and from the right side. So the offense is going to go for it on fourth down. Motion from the wideout. On fourth down, they'll pass for it. Blasted as he lets it go. Can't make the connection, and the defense gets a fourth down stop.
Love the coverage on defense there. Fourth down, they're ready for the pass. You saw in the back end, great job being in position to make that play, and now their offense is coming on the field.
Forced out of the pocket. He's got an open man. Breaks into the open. Boy, did he look as if he was going to go. Gets it down to the 37. They'll have to hustle if they want to get off another snap before the end of the period. Handoff to the single back. And that's the end of the line on that run, and it's the end of the line for the first quarter. Defense has dominated the early part of this game, and the stats point that out emphatically. Had a chance to talk it over during the break, and they'll start with second down. Looking to throw, it's Reed. Got a man, it's Concepcion. Just what this offense was looking for. Sets him up at the 26 with the first down.
And listen, I'm going to move this guy everywhere. He's in the slot this time, but I'm not going to let the defense understand where he's lining up so they can double team him, put him in the slot, put him out wide. Either way, find this guy early and often.
And the Aggies have it with a 1st and 10. Use the play fake, now to throw. Wide open downfield. And he motors into the end zone. Touchdown, Aggies.
And they finally lift the lid. Man, I didn't know if we were going to be 0-0 going into the half, going into the 4th quarter. The offense finally puts a drive together, breaks that seal. Excited to see now this opens things up, calms people down, and lets them have a little more success.
No reason to risk trying to field that one as it skips through the end zone. It'll be a touchback. The Hogs send that offense back onto the field. They're trying to put anything together to get that goose egg off the scoreboard down. Intercepted, and the defense has set him up. He goes down after the short return, but what a play to get the football back.
You want to talk about versatility at the linebacker spot, and this guy is it. He had 2 interceptions in his last game. That's his first pick in this one. He's good stopping the run. He can go sideline to sideline. He can blitz. He can spy. And, man, he is really good in coverage.
Here's a heat. Caught in the backfield. It's Moss. Not a whole lot of room there on that screen pass as it just never developed.
Those screen plays, you really want to sell it, get it to your running back, and get him to the 2nd level. Get him running full head of steam on a safety, on a linebacker. He almost got going, but just got tackled before he could really do any damage.
Great job at contained by this defense. And in order to do that, the end man on the line of scrimmage defensively has got to be able to set the point and force the football back into traffic. And that's exactly what happened there.
They feed him again. Past the 1st down marker and still running. And he'll step into the end zone. Touchdown, Texas A&M. Well, just as you would expect, that didn't take very long.
It didn't, Reese, and you've got to make great field position count. When you've got opportunities, you got to pay it off. And the offense took advantage, scoring a touchdown. Didn't have far to go, but they got the points they needed.
He wisely lets that one bounce through the back of the end zone, and they'll take over at the 25. And Arkansas ready to send out this offense. Now we'll get a chance to see if they can answer that last score, trailing by 14, Jesse.
Yeah,
turning it on. They bring him down, but the big play will move the sticks.
Well, he shows you his speed and his power on that run. As far as I can think back to, Arkansas football always comes down to being able to run the football on offense. It's about grinding and wearing the opponent down. They always seem to be able to recruit outstanding athletes at that position. This guy is...
It's a seam wide open. They are finding soft spots in this defense. He's got it down to the 25.
And this defense is going to have their hands full because they're going to need to be comfortable with guys one-on-one on islands in the perimeter of the field. And they're just going to have to make better plays than what we saw right there. They knew this offense was going to try to be aggressive. Got to need better effort in the back end for this defense moving forward.
They have been stagnant on offense, but finally a little forward movement as they've got a 1st and 10. It'll be a draw. Finding open areas. An explosive play in the running game as he's got the 1st down.
And how about that for efficiency if you're on this offense right now? 3 plays, 3 first downs. They get that one running the football. Great vision in open field running.
Got some room headed to the goal line. And he'll finish the run and the end zone. Touchdown, Arkansas. Precision blocking up front. Created the open lane and the running back followed it beautifully.
Yeah, it's pretty easy to follow an offensive line that makes those holes and just gives you a caravan all the way to the end zone. What an unbelievable job blocking up front.
Fielded in the end zone. It's Smith. I know he thinks he can house every return. Sometimes you just have to take a knee as he stopped at the 14. They've got a little time here to put together a productive drive late in the half. Off play action on first down. Looking deep. And that'll be incomplete, man. That would have been a big hitter on first down, but second down's coming up.
Well, they hooked up already once for a score today, so the quarterback's going back to him again deep down the field, but it falls incomplete.
Well, will they dial up on second and a long way to go? Wants to throw. It's Reed. Hauls it in. Now they've got a little room to work with. They're out to the 28 with a first down.
Nice job by the receiver there, running the drag route against zone coverage, finding the soft spot, making it easy on his quarterback to get the completion. He turns it upfield, and he moves the sticks.
Quickly to the tight end. Few things on offense as reliable as a tough power back as he plows his way ahead to the 33.
Man, these plays are really, really simple. Really easy to run. I like it. Just drop back as a quarterback, see the big fella, wait for him to get open, hit him, get a nice positive game.
Got him for the first down. They'll move the chains after he gets it to the 43-yard line.
You know, we talk about quarterbacks having to make quick decisions, and I think you saw it on that play. Nobody open downfield, and he just decided to take off.
Run the gun. He leaves it with the back. And how about the work up front by that big defensive line?
That back had absolutely nowhere to run the football. Actually, is he counting? I think he's counting to make sure there's only 11 guys on defense.
He rifles one deep down the right side. And here's the third interception of the night. He managed a few yards on that return, but the bigger play was the fact that they forced the turnover.
And he makes another momentum-building play. His second interception in the first half. He can feel where the football's going. Got a good beat on this offense and making plays early and often for his club.
Things just not going as easy for this guy as they did his last game out. Last time he completed over 70% of his throws. This week, though, defense taking some throws away. They've made some plays. He just hasn't been quite spot on with his accuracy. He's going to have to play better.
Working well behind the sticks on second down. They'll go to the ground. Not much running room there thanks to this senior defender.
Man, it's really hard to control the running game if you don't control the line of scrimmage. And how about the defensive line doing a great job attacking those guys up front, not open up lanes to run through. Nice job just nullifying that run altogether.
Got a man. It's Anthony. They make the stop about 4 yards short of the first down. The defense going to stop the clock with a timeout. They want to make sure they have everybody on the same page. Boy, if they don't convert this fourth down, there will be questions to be answered. He'll try to throw and pick up the first down. Converts on fourth down. Still going. Hauled down, but they'll move the sticks as he picks up the first down. And the Razorbacks come to the line with a new set of downs. It's a draw. Continuing to turn and move it forward, and they're closing in on midfield. It's down at the 48.
You want to make play calling easy for an offensive coordinator? Run the ball like that every play. I mean, when you can run that on first down and set up a short yardage on second down, it makes play calling easy. Every single call on that sheet is available here on second down.
The Razorbacks can play this second down a lot of ways with just a few yards to go. To throw, it's Green. Oh, they're after him. Grab near the sticks, it's Green. Just carving up this defense and getting it down to the 24.
Man, this offense is so dangerous, Reese. They've got dudes all over the field that can make plays. There's a big gainer in the pass game.
You get a chunk of yards like that, now the defense is really on its heels. Offense will try to strike on 1st and 10. He'll toss it. Oh, he's got some space. Headed to the end zone. Touchdown, Razorbacks. Great job by the back on the option.
Nice job putting a drive together. Nice job punctuating the end of the first half. There's still some time left, Palmer, but they can tie this thing up right now.
Yeah, and this is a stat that has so much confidence in their offense. I like staying aggressive right here, going for two, taking the lead into halftime, and putting a ton of pressure on the opponent.
And that kick was perfectly down the middle. And that extra point leaves us deadlocked here in the second. And it'll be a touchback. The ball will come out to the 25-yard line. This late in the half, here's the question. How aggressive will the play calling be? Making side adjustments here. Fires to the right. And that incomplete pass caused by the big hit on first down. Second down coming.
This defense has a lot of speed, especially in the secondary, and you saw that speed. That defender got to that receiver so quick, and because of the hit, incomplete pass.
Backed up now. Here's second and long. Back to throw, time running short in the half. Moving away from pressure. Fires to the wideout. And he throws another interception, his third of the night. He'll try to take it back. Touchdown, Arkansas! How about this defense taking one back to the house? What a play by this defense with a pick six.
And how about the defender? Exactly what you're supposed to. Breaks on the football, makes the interception. Everybody on defense, we turn to offense. Go lay some blocks so my guy can get it and take it back to the house.
He'll bring it out. It's Smith. I know he thinks he can house every return, but sometimes you just have to take a knee as he stopped at the 14. Seconds of the first half. Let's see if they can pull off a little magic. Off the play fake on first down. Oh, he's going to take a shot at the DB. The pass is incomplete, and there are 2 ticks remaining on the clock.
And it's funny, right before that play, I'm thinking to myself, I wonder if this offense is just going to play conservative here with the field position, the fact they haven't scored a ton of points so far in this game, just run the ball and take it into halftime. No, they're being aggressive, and not just that, they're taking deep shots way down the field, but give the defense credit, they were ready for it, forcing that incompletion.
We played 2 quarters here. Time to go to Kevin Connors in our halftime update. Coming out with it, it's Smith. He's brought down at the 16. Would have been much better off to take the touchback. Texas A&M has it back, and we say howdy to the Aggie offense again. A big reason they find themselves trailing to start the second half, those 2 turnovers in the first.
Yeah, and I think coaches will tell you the number one thing that you got to make sure you do is take care of the football. You want to create explosives, you want to put up a bunch of yards, but step one, Jesse, taking care of the football.
And it just goes to show you how critical those mistakes are. Only 2 plays. That's really what separates this team from potentially having the lead. If
going for the big play. And the incomplete pass taking a shot on second down, and they'll be left with a third down. Trying to pick up a first down. Give to the back. Runs through a tackle.
If you're going to stop the run game, you better be physical up front on the defensive line. They've got some maulers. They've got some dudes with bad intentions. Nice play there.
Boy, if they don't convert this fourth down, there will be questions to be answered. Throws to the wideout. And it's incomplete. The long pass on fourth down is to no avail.
I'll tell you, man, analytics in college football now are changing the way coaches think about down and distances. And listen, I know there are probably some metrics out there that say you should go for it in that situation because the percentages are telling you you got a good shot at keeping the football and keeping possession. That time, though, they're not able to come up with it. They've now given up the football with their backs to the wall. The defense now is going to have to dig them out of this hole.
The noise level is relentless here on second down. From the shotgun, the inside give. Got some room, headed to the goal line. And he rolls into the house. Touchdown, Razorbacks. Now they have extended this lead, guys, starting to put the hammer, but sometimes a rivalry game can give you a little of extra fight back.
And there can be no panic at this point now. You've worked too hard this offseason, David. They've had this game circled for so long. You've got to play your best football right now and fight back.
And you just need something good to happen on this next possession. You got to get the crowd back into this football game. Big rivalry. Get some emotion. Get some momentum on your side.
And he'll just take a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. The Texas A&M offense goes back to work. This is when the pressure can ramp up a little bit on an offense, David, when they start feeling the heat to answer a score.
And I think being down 14, you can kind of feel that way. But, dude, if you put a good drive together, this is a 7-point game, so, Palmer, no need to panic.
I was just going to say, David, I mean, this thing can flip quick. You go down, score, all of a sudden your defense gets a stop, or who knows, better yet, gets a turnover. This game is entirely different.
Makes the grab. They knock him down, but he's got enough to get it across the line and pick up the first down.
Yeah, and tight ends aren't just line up and block guys anymore. These guys are athletes. You line them up all over the field, and nowadays you even start to feature them more and more in the passing game.
Under fire. And the running back made the catch along the sidelines, but he drifted out of bounds. It'll be incomplete.
And you want consistency from your quarterback, man. You don't want the up and down. You don't want the roller coaster. And last week, man, you had the highs of highs, and now this week, just off. He's all over the place. He's not completing the ball at a high percentage, and you just want to find some middle ground and some consistency so this offense can find out exactly who they are and build it consistently.
They'll run him out of bounds, but look what's on the ground. Penalty marker. Offense gets set for second down. He might want another play. Reads it, fires complete. Not much running room there thanks to this senior defender.
We're trying to throw the wide receiver screen to pick up that first down, but the defense just too much speed getting to the ball carrier on that one.
On third and long, he'll need to push it downfield. And they can't make the connection, and it could get worse. A penalty flag on the field, and it's in the holding zone. Let's get the call. A famous writer once said, most men lead lives of quiet desperation. Here is a desperate move, going for it on fourth down, trailing by double figures. Texas A&M will have to boot it away. Finally sending out a punter in this one. Got to make sure they earn their letter. Hunt is on its way. He makes the fair catch, and they'll spot the ball at the 18. Send that offense back onto the field. This offense has really been clicking in the game so far, Jesse.
No doubt. Everything their play caller is dialing up, these guys offensively have been able to go out and execute.
Yeah, and it's just maintaining the lead. Keep doing what you've been doing. You got a big lead. Let's just keep piling it on until they find an answer.
So now it's second and long. Keeps it on the draw. He picks up 4. That'll leave them with 3rd and 6.
You know, I really like this QB running the football because I know he's got a lot of speed. He's not the biggest guy in the world, so he's not going to be able to break a lot of tackles. So you really got to do a good job of trying to scheme ways to get him out in more space.
Finds his man. It's Green. There he goes. And how about that? What the doctor always ordered, an explosive play to the 40.
Man, we knew coming into this game just how explosive this offense could be, and a big part of that is their ability to throw the football. They've scored a ton of points, and it's because they can generate plays like that. When this quarterback sees the one-on-one matchup he wants, he is not afraid to pull the trigger, and he hits a big throw there.
They're dealing with a 2nd and long.
And I'm kind of surprised by this performance, man. The QB last week, you could tell, dude, he was in rhythm. He was good timing. You could tell the chemistry.
Picked off inside the 20, and they snuff out the threat. Trying to take it back. Smashes ahead.
We've just seen in this game the ball has just gotten away from him a little bit. A couple of times, just hasn't been able to put it where he wants to. And as a result, that's now his 2nd pick thrown in this game.
So here comes the Texas A&M offense back onto the field. They just didn't quite find the rhythm on that last drive, Jesse. They had to punt it.
I think they got to be more physical, David. I think up front they got to do a better job getting blocks and establishing this running game.
And how easy does football become if you're the more physical team? If you can threaten the run and then run play action, it opens up the whole offense at your disposal.
To the air, it's Reed. Throws for the tight end. And they won't make the connection going for the big play.
Well, I like the aggressive nature by the quarterback there. He's trying to take a shot down the field. Just a better play by the defense forcing the incompletion.
And this offense is desperate to keep this drive alive, trailing by multiple possessions, and it's getting late. Right on the money. Doesn't quite make it to the 1st down marker. He's a yard short.
One of the things I love about this defense is they just have such great awareness, and they're always communicating. They understood the down and distance. They knew exactly what they needed to do to make the tackle to force the punt. That is so well done.
This offense is completely confident in their ability to get 1 yard. They'll go for it on. Converts on 4th down, and he's still going. All down, but he has enough to move the chains.
Wow, and that was just a bang-bang play. On that 4th down, the coverage was tight. QB had his receiver. He knew where he wanted to go with it, but the only way that ball gets completed is if he puts a little extra mustard on it, and he shows you the arm talent on the throw.
They are on the move down to the 32, and they pick up another 1st down.
Well, I think you're starting to see some examples of why this guy is inexperienced in a freshman quarterback, right? Obviously, he's thrown a couple picks earlier in the game. That scramble right...
Time running out, and he goes down at the 34.
Play-action pass success has a lot to do with selling that fake. You could tell defense was not buying it, got in the backfield, got the big play.
The short hands, it's Craven. Goes out of bounds, but not before he gets it to the edge of the red zone right at the 20. The Aggies have it with a 1st and 10. From the shotgun, the handoff to the back. He stopped at the 14-yard line, and they'll stay on the attack from there.
All right, great little run there. Listen, it wasn't phenomenal. He didn't get a 1st down, but what does it do? Now it makes 2nd down easier. The play caller looking at his sheet going, all right, I can throw it, I can run it, still in a great position. Way to stay ahead of the chains.
Soft spot in the middle. The tackle is made, but he's got it 1st and goal from the 6. That's the end of the quarter, and Arkansas has the lead. And they are starting to pull away as we come to the end of the 3rd quarter. Let's take a look at how we got here. They'll try to open this quarter by sticking it in the end zone here. Wants to adjust the pattern. Looking to pass. It's Reed. And it's incomplete as he was trying to finish the drive with a score.
Well, that last incompletion is a good example of why your timing has to be so good as a quarterback, because the windows, they open and they close so quickly in this part of the field.
Can the D deny them on 2nd and goal? Off play action. Under fire. Lets it go to the end zone. It falls incomplete. He was trying to find his man for 6.
I love the vision on the quarterback by this defense. Dude, you know that ball's going to come out pretty quick down here on the goal-to-go situation. They break on the football, and they make sure they swat it down so the offensive guy can't make a play.
They'll try to pass it in on 3rd and goal. Right through his hands. He had a touchdown and just didn't look the ball in. It'll be 4th down.
And this offense put together a pretty good drive, man, but man, did they stall out. 3 straight incompletions, trying to find something that would work, but this defense, they stood up after giving up some yards and really finished this drive well.
Going for 6. And that falls incomplete on 4th down, but wait just a second. There is